Hey everybody, welcome to another session of Era of the Dragons, our little D&D stream. We are back from a long break and happy to get right into it. Let's go ahead and just start off with some introductions. We'll start with you, Silver.
Hi, everybody. I am Silver_Bulette here on Twitch as well as YouTube. You can find me most places as Silver_Bulette or on the new Hive app as Silver Bulette, no spaces, I think. I don't know. I'm getting used to that one. At any rate, I'm going to be playing Fen Cirrus, who is a gem dragonborn rogue.
Awesome. Jaden.
Hey, I'm Jaden. I also go by Soliloquy. I use they, them pronouns. I'll be playing a tiefling barbarian named Grief. Grief uses he, they pronouns and a combat wheelchair. The combat wheelchair is designed by Sarah Thompson. You can find them on Twitter under Mustang's Art, and I choose to use a chair in game because I use chair in real life.
Awesome. Penny.
Hello, I'm Penny. Gift and I both use she, her, and we're both humans, but where I am a very helpful person, Gift is intentionally unhelpful.
Awesome. It is true. The adventurer is your sister. It's not Gift. Anyway, let's go right into our recap. So our heroes find themselves as envoys of a council tasked with rooting out the restoration, a cult of Tiamat worshippers, set on releasing the goddess into the material plane. The cult has been moving goods, possibly to build up a horde, and you were told to follow the shipments, which appear to be heading to Vrusea. On the way there, you ran into a kerfuffle between a group of hobgoblins and a traveling wealthy merchant. The merchant, named Tilvig Lionbrook, had been pinned down behind their overturned cart as the goblins waited them out. You dealt with the hobgoblins and escorted Tilvig to the nearest town. He told you of a highway project underway starting in Vrusea. You are now at an inn in the crossroads town of Sintalos. Before we begin, you are all sleeping, having gotten rooms in this town. Grief. You feel the grass, cold and dewy in the morning against your hooves. The sun is just peeking through the fog. Your small cottage is in front of you. Your hands hold a basket full of fragrant basil. The sky darkens, and you hear a voice call out to you, "Bliss, help." What do you do?
I'll go toward it.
You crest a hill, and before you is a writhing mass of shadow, overlooking a horde of faceless figures. The eyes of the mass of shadow look towards you as wings unfurl. One of the figures comes into view, a face you know, you don't know it. It's unclear. Is it a man, a human? Whoever it is, it gives give a command, and the shadowy figures move with unnatural speed. You see Tempest come into your view. The shadow is lurching towards her, claws extended, jaws snapping. Tempest has a child on her hip. Light comes from her hands. What do you do?
Run toward them.
You run and you run. You never get an inch closer. The eyes, they just take over your vision. And eventually everything goes black. Your arms and legs sear with pain like hot iron being raked across them. You wake in the inn, soaked in sweat.
Cherish! I'm alone. We got our own rooms, I assume.
I believe you did. Mm-hmm.
Is the pain, am I still experiencing pain upon waking up?
Yeah, it's their scars are just pulsing.
All right, I will I'll sit kind of on the edge of the bed and rock for a few minutes as I try to get my bearings. Pull out my pipe, load it, take a few hits. About how long have I been? Has it been like a full rest amount of sleep, or is it like the middle of the night?
I would say it's earlier than you would want to wake up, but you get a full night's rest.
Okay.
And the sun hasn't quite come up, but it's still morning.
Oh, I'm up now. I'm just sitting on the edge of the bed, twirling the ring, twisting the ring on my hand. I'm gonna go ahead and get up and probably start some amount of morning workout type things.
Okay. Yeah, you start your morning routine. As morning comes, what is everyone else doing?
I think Ben is getting herself ready. She does one flip of her cleansing stone to clean up for the day. It's been very convenient. And she's probably heading down to does the inn have a tavern in it for foods?
Yes, downstairs is a tavern.
Excellent. Yeah. She's gonna head down and grab whatever counts for breakfast in this town.
It is a sausage and like a smashed radish kind of thing.
Huh.
Very buttery.
All right. That's fine. Yeah.
It's essentially what I had for dinner.
Uh,
Oh, go ahead.
no. You good. I was thinking about what else she wants to do, but she's just waking up right now.
Yeah, I mean, Gifts will be getting up and doing her ritual work in the morning, preparing spells. She, as always, is interested in watching how the food is prepared. So that will probably be engrossing her for the most of the morning. She's a little bit, I don't know, agitated kind of maybe is the right word. She's jumpy, maybe is the right word.
Yeah, Elric has he seems to have woken up early to polish the armor that he has. It's almost prayerful the way he does it. He will join you for breakfast. I don't know, did anyone play football? Like
Yep.
Like you put your helmet inside the armor and inside like the pads and just carry them around like that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I imagine he kind of does. See, like he has most of his pack underneath the shell of armor and carries it around like that. And he just kind of drops that at the table and sits down and to have breakfast. I imagine this tavern has it's like an open hearth cooking area. There is a stove in there for actually frying up the sausage, but most of the food is made in this like big open hearth.
Lovely.
Once
Is there
I've done,
is there anyone odd at breakfast with us? Anyone that like stands out?
Make an insight check.
What is this character's insight? I don't remember. 14.
The 14, no one seems odd. They seem, they seem to be a regular crowd. They're not met with any suspicion. There also seems to be just a lot of travelers here. This isn't a place a lot of people live. There's a few farmers and everything in the region. But the rest seem to be just travelers about to go on their way.
Gotcha. I guess I phrased that poorly. What I meant is like, was anyone like looking at us in odd ways?
I kind of knew what
like looking at us askance.
No, not really, because most of them are also like most of them have their rucksacks and everything at the table with them, ready to head out as soon as they've eaten as well. So no one's looking at you too strangely.
Okay. Well, has anyone been to this particular town before? Any idea of any good shops before we leave? Anything we can't miss?
Gift
That's about
shrugs.
the time grief probably will come down.
Yeah, once I'm done working out, smoking a bit, I'll come down and join you.
Grief,
I
you ever been here
imagine-
before?
I have not, I don't think. DM, right? I've not been here before.
I don't think you've been out this far east. You're from, this far west of, you live farther east from here. Well, you actually live farther east from Brambles even. Or
No, I've never been out quite this far.
All right.
And if I remember correctly, we have crossed over into the Republic, and this is an elven inn.
Yes, the proprietors are elves. It's still a mix of people.
Any changes to the architecture, anything like that? Are we starting to see that?
Yeah, this seems to be a maybe newer built than most other places. Probably within the past like 10, 15 years.
Okay.
So it matches a lot of the architecture that humans are doing. But with these like arching beams, kind of, how am I saying this? I'm thinking like kind of Tudor style, like
Sure.
there's arches in the otherwise straight framework.
Gotcha.
So there's like these elements of kind of that what elves would do mostly with wood and stone, they're doing with like wood and like some sort of like stucco type situation.
Okay. Neat.
There's not much here. There is the proprietor will kind of this slender elven man. It's almost impossible to tell an elven man's age, but he's got kind of like shoulder length brown hair. If you ask him about places to be, he says, there's not really a lot here. There is a general goods store, kind of supplies the farms with things. They do get interesting deliveries occasionally. You can, of course, order things there, but
well, we're not going to be here for very long, but appreciate that. Yeah, Fen will wrap up her breakfast and head over to the general goods store just to poke her head in.
all right. What are the rest of you doing?
Go ahead.
Question, did we ever get paid from anything we've done thus far?
Feel like
I know we were offered 250 gold to deal with the folks that attacked us. Can't remember if we ever got that.
I am certain that we got it, but I'm not sure it got written down. That I can't tell you.
I mean, I've got 124 gold from something.
Huh.
And I have 111. That would suggest we did get paid.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
I got money burning a hole in my pocket.
I know you talked to the wizard, the chief wizard, about getting paid. I believe he did pay you. I know that much.
That seems right.
Oh, I don't have money because I spent a fuck ton to get that barricade thing put on my wheelchair. That's why I have no money. Okay, cool.
FA has your money.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. It's a good trade.
Well, Gift is writing down notes on the breakfast. Like she started a recipe book. It probably looks like a spell book. It is not.
I love that. Yeah, so the general goods store, there is inside, you see a couple of humans, probably just farmers running their chores. The proprietor is a is a human man, kind of strawberry blonde hair, has an apron, a nice button shirt, and he tries to look himself good, if a little bit more down to a farmer's level. And he is just helping people. He's writing down orders and things like that. At the front, there's like these large, almost catalogs to look through. But he's just helping people out. Inside, you see a lot of farming implements, pitchforks, bags of
Alright.
nails.
Couple of things I guess Fen is looking for. One would be any sort of repair kit style thing for wagons. In particular, like wheel maintenance. And the other thing would just be rations.
Rations. Okay. Go ahead and give me just a quick investigation check.
Hmm.
You can of course ask him as well. But
That's a 1. So I
Did we
don't
not-
even know what to add to it, but it was a 1. So
Did we
Uh,
not already get something to fix a wheel? Just
Oh,
in case?
I had 9 to that. Jeez, that's a 10.
Damn.
Rogues.
yeah. I'm not going to talk about 1D&D. That's not what we're here for. Anyway, you do find a repair kit.
Okay.
You know, some hammers. It's just like a little kit, like a hammer, some chisels, nails and things. We'll say it'll run you 5 gold for the whole lot.
All right. Yeah, Fen's gonna buy some of that, and then just like once she gets to the wagon, she'll toss it in.
If you want to, do you want to ask the proprietor about rations? You don't find them immediately.
Does he look busy?
You don't think this man sits down often, but he's not going to be upset if you ask him something.
Hey, do you happen to sell any rations or things that you could take on the road and we'll keep for a while?
He says, we have, and he reaches underneath the counter and he pulls out an assortment of jerky. He says, we have jerky. Everyone loves jerky.
I mean, jerky's good. Jerky could work. How much for a thing of jerky?
2 copper a pound.
Sure. I'll take I can math this. 5 pounds worth.
All right, that'll be a silver.
Sounds good. Here you go.
He of course explains. He's like, this is an emu. This is of course your standard beef. We got pork here. This is a Winter's Keep caribou. Very nice.
Perfect. Rehydrate that with some root veggies.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it.
This is of course.
Trying to add it to my inventory here. Sorry.
Say
Yeah,
basically you get 5 rations out of it. I believe
okay.
rations are more
I'm not going to
expensive.
add it as jerky on my.
You can.
No, you know what?
Nothing's stopping you.
I'm going to do that. Weight override. 1 pound. There we go. Ha. Done and done. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Fen heads back to the inn to grab her stuff and hop in the cart.
I know you had someone driving the cart, and I can't for the life of me
That's
remember his
right.
name.
Hold on.
Yeah, he was hired by Billy Bones.
Mm-hmm.
Acorn. No.
Honestly, I've taken the best notes I've ever taken in a game running this one, and I still don't have everything I need.
Tilvuk, Glathambar, Sir Oakenroot, AMR, King
Kelvin?
Henrik.
Kelrin is one of my characters
Oh,
in Spelunkers.
yeah, that's right.
I apparently did not write this person's name down. I've got a whole lot of names written down, but not this one.
I have a name, Wit Deer, Wit, but I don't know what it is. It doesn't go with anything. It just by itself, Wit Deer.
He's the custodian of the Northern Keep and might be a gullible sap.
Perfect. All together, we will have complete notes.
Somewhere.
But not this guy's name.
I love the editorializing on that.
Not this name, no. Yeah.
Top tier stuff. Cool. Well, he will have a name. I will probably remember it. But yeah, he's got the cart ready.
There's also a hunter named Hen.
Yeah, that's the leather worker
Okay.
in Brambles.
Yeah, I apparently thought our cart driver's name was less important than Acorn, the squirrel guard.
Oh my god.
Acorn's real important.
Yep.
He held sway and power in the Druidic Order.
It's true.
Oh, anyway, so yeah, you yeah, are you all getting underway?
I think so.
Yep. Fen will take her traditional space in the I can't think of a better phrase for it, the shotgun position, the crossbolt seat. That's probably what makes sense, right?
Yeah, crossbow. Yeah, that makes sense.
Who is Orevan, a young half-elf monk?
And
It's my other random name that has no other context.
I don't think our
Oh.
cart driver has any classes
that's
associated
true.
with them, if I remember correctly.
the town of Coralon's Rest was attacked by a dragon. He was the half elf who was helping out with the rescue, basically the triage and rescue. That's Orevan. I have his name.
It's amazing that we all decided together that the cart driver's name was unimportant.
Mhm.
Might be one of those situations where we just assumed he was going to die. We didn't want to get too attached. I don't know.
That's really fair. He just is there. You're not even sure where he slept, but he is at the cart ready when you come out to see the cart.
A little weird, a little spoopy.
The horses are fed, and yeah, he is
All
ready.
Based on what you said, we we get in line to get on the on-ramp for the trail with all the other travelers.
Mhm. Basically. I mean, the road just comes right through Simtalos.
Right.
So there's roads like offshooting from here, probably just going to farms. But you follow the road to Vrusea. I don't remember how far you are out. I'm gonna say, I believe you're probably 3 days out. So you still got a little bit to go. Is there anything y'all want to do on the way there?
Yeah, I mean, Fen is just focused on the road. I don't think she's got anything in particular that she's trying to accomplish while that's happening. She just has her short bow at the ready.
I will forage like when we stop. Happy to roll for that if that's a thing.
Yeah, give me survival.
Heck yeah. That's a 21.
What kind of so you're looking for like edible goods, right?
Yeah, I'm looking for coffee, but hope for the
Looking
best
for
and
coffee.
take whatever you can find.
Okay.
Or whatever the coffee of this world is.
Where are we near the equator of this world? That's
my answer was Pennsylvania. Like
So there's no coffee.
I have to go with the first thought in my head, but Yeah.
But yeah, edible goods,
Mhm.
particularly stuff that's like, you know, harder to find. That would be valuable because nobody wants to go out into the monster-ridden woods and get it.
Mhm. You so you do find, yeah, you find lots of interesting berries, and blackberries are almost like invasive here, it seems.
Mhm.
Just growing everywhere, kind of choking out some other plant life, but for the most part it's fine. You do find some, it's not coffee, but you do think if you dried this berry, it has enough caffeine content, you could make something of it.
Okay. Cool.
It has a it has a far more like sharp and acidic and less oily kind
Okay.
of thing going for it,
That works.
because there's definitely coffee in this world.
Any world without it is not worth being in. Just
No,
saying.
no,
There's coffee in this nebula.
no.
That's what you're saying.
100%. Yeah, so yeah, you find all sorts of things. You find like wild carrots, uh, things like that.
Cool.
Like large custardy, like tree fruit as well.
Yeah,
Basically pawpaws.
love it.
Grief, what are you doing on this long journey?
I am probably where I normally am, behind the cart. And I will probably be pretty in my head and smoking a lot whenever we're stopping.
I'm gonna have you make a Constitution saving throw.
Smoking will get you. I don't know what to.
We are talking weed smoking, just for the record.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I don't do the other smoking. I do the weed smoking. Con save. Let's see. 15.
15. You manage to get yourself some sleep on this trip. It is not easy for you. It's been a while since you've had a dream like that. And it kind of sits with you, not the full dream, not that full experience, but when you close your eyes, sometimes you see that shadow in those eyes. But you manage to get sleep. You won't carry any exhaustion.
Alrighty.
Just a note about exhaustion. I am using kind of variant rules on it. Feels almost Pathfinder like. So exhaustion it's the 1 D&D rules that I really like. It's exhaustion is 1 through 10. For every level exhaustion you have, you take that minus to saving throws, attacks, skill checks. So basically any D20 rolls, you would subtract that exhaustion. So
Okay, cool.
Just something to know going forward.
Okie doke.
I love environmental stuff like that, like cold weather becoming a real problem, that sort of stuff.
Mhm. And at 10 levels of exhaustion, you die. So just FYI. Cool. So you travel several days. The kind of like low hills and everything you've been in, and forested hills, kind of give way to almost rocky plains as you get closer to the coast. The architecture of the towns starts to change far more into like a stone marble. Stone and marble take a larger part of the architecture here. Very regal, old buildings, some maybe even impossibly old, 700, 800 years old, still as pristine as the day they were built. You are very much in the Elven Republic. And you start to see more elves. Still a large amount of non-elves here, live here, work here. But most the business owners and everything start to become elven as you carry on. And in the horizon, as you are on your third day of travel, you see the rising massive tower, the citadel on the ocean, almost gleaming in the setting sun. The citadel known as Vrusea, the capital of the Elven Republic, a symbol of its enduring might.
Do folks seem at all taken aback by any of our racial makeups?
No, there's a good amount of dragonborn and tiefling
Okay,
people
cool.
here, so tieflings are not uncommon in this world.
When Fen starts noticing there are dragonborn about more so than there have been, she starts keeping an eye out for one in particular. One that would also be a gem dragonborn.
Okay.
As we kind of get into the thick of it in terms of, moving forward into this space, Gift is definitely getting more jumpy. She doesn't talk about it, but it's pretty clear.
So, Driver, we've been traveling for a while now. Driver, what should we call you?
I should have been working on that.
Pro-T robot.
His name. Give me just a moment. I meant to have like a whole list of names. That was going to be my tactic here, but I've just totally haven't had the time to do it. Do you have a list?
2 weeks ago, I was put on the
Mhm.
spot because I said that my character had children, and his daughter's name was easy enough. She was just Junior. But then I mentioned the son, and and his name is, and I was like, dang, and for some reason my brain was like, Candrus, say Candrus, and I was like, okay, we'll just bring out a Knights of the Old Republic character. Why not? His name's Candrus.
Such a good game.
His name is going to be Rami. Rami.
All right.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I need to step away just 1 second.
Okay. Driver of cart. So I don't know. What should we looking for anything before we get to what's his face? Ramirez.
Yeah, Ramirez. At the mention of his name, Gift gets really uncomfortable. She writes on her chalkboard, "We should not find him at all."
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Well, well, we're trying to follow the trail of where those cultists went. It seems to head back here. Are we gonna try to get anyone's help with this, or are we just kind of gonna wing it?
She actually goes to one of her book pages because she wants to write more that can be done with the chalkboard easily. And she starts writing quite furiously. And then she tears the page out and hands it to you.
Okay.
And it says, "This is some kind of organized cult. They had over 100 people in that valley. The idea that, 4 of us or so is going to solve this problem is ... unlikely. I haven't been an adventurer for very long, but I really don't see how we can succeed in this endeavor without help."
Yeah. It seems unlikely that we'll be able to just. I mean, we're gonna kind of be alone if we don't get some sort of help. And I don't know. Ramirez seemed like he knew something, but he also is in charge around here. So if we do too much, he's gonna know.
All right. Sorry about that, folks. Just for context, that might happen sometimes. We are the primary caregivers of my grandmother. She has dementia. Sometimes she wakes up and has no idea what the hell's going on, and that's what we had to go deal with. So, but we're back.
Sure.
All right, yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, were you asking Rami about something?
Yeah, wow, Rami. Yeah. How often do you come to this area, and are there like organizations around here that you trust? Or is this your first time into these lands?
He says, I've been this way before a few times. It's important to go see people all over the realms.
Okay.
Organizations, I mean, the Republic has many factions within itself. There's, of course, the military stands kind of separate, so they could harass you independently of the government itself, but I don't think that will be too much of an issue for what we're doing.
Gotcha. How up to speed are you on why we're going here, by the way? Do we fill you in, Rami?
I mean, if you would like to fill me in, I will listen.
Were you around town when that blue dragon came sweeping through?
Yes.
Or were you elsewhere?
No, I live in Brambles.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we're kind of still dealing with that situation a little bit, and we're just trying to deal with that. And Finn, as she's saying that, suddenly just, as casually as she can, starts looking over Rami to see if he has any symbols on his clothing or tattoos that might associate him with what she's already seen on the cult.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. I'll say we'll call this a perception check.
Okay. Wow. I was only +1, so that's a 20.
Okay. So yeah, a 20. You see that just right at the wrist is like a small eye tattooed, but that's all you see. That's the only markings. Otherwise, he wears pretty nondescript clothing, just normal gray brown cloak.
And have I seen this particular eye as a symbol before?
Gift has one if you've never noticed it.
Okay. Finn doesn't know what that means, but Steve does. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, there's a whole dragon cult nonsense thing that we're trying to deal with, and I'm just thinking, Rami, that we're probably gonna it's like 4 of us against 1. We're not gonna make you go into battle or anything, but so there's just like 4 of us against, I don't know. Gift, how many did you say there were? Like 5,000? Something silly.
Her note said over 100 in that encampment.
Oh, I might have blown things out of proportion just a little bit there.
Rami just fully takes in his stride. He's just nodding while you're saying this. He's just He says, well, I wouldn't be of any use to pretty much anyone. I don't even have a knife.
Well, I mean, now, Rami, wait a minute. You saw those hobgoblins. You should have a knife. Just in case, bud.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay. Even like a butter knife that you could wield menacingly. I don't know.
Butter knife, it's really quite a misnomer. It's not really a knife. It's more just a broad piece of metal.
That's fair. But anyway, that's not, I'm not trying to get you to help us out. I guess the question I'm asking is, do you know of any organizations that might be able to, in the common interest of all of us, want to help us out in this area?
He says, I'm sure there are interested parties, and they may or may not be aware of what's going on.
Okay.
But I don't know of anyone in particular.
Got it. Hey, we just don't want to ask around too much because, then we'll probably be a little too conspicuous. The wrong people will hear us asking.
I assume we'll make fast friends when we get there.
Yes, all of us are great at making fast friends. Elric, how are you at speaking to others?
Elric is asleep in the cart. The motion has put him to sleep.
We're gonna do great.
Gift adds to her notes. We're looking for ROM, Rob, and then she puts equals Ramirez with the question mark, J and FL.
Oh yeah, Ramirez Lutheran, the ambassador of the Republic. Yep, that's right.
Yeah, we know that we could go talk to him, but I don't want to talk to him. So I want to find some good Honest Thieves Guild members.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not something that sadly the gift would ever say.
So yeah, so you're basically from here on down, it's like kind of downhill from these rolling hills into the city as the river kind of winds down. The citadel sits just on the other side of the river, but on the coast. There's docks. There's not much in the way of a sprawling city here. Everything here seems very stately, like it was built with purpose and intention.
Mm-hmm.
With the exception of what you're looking for, a massive road project, probably 2 miles outside of the citadel walls. Yep. And
wait, is that the road project that one guy was involved in, the noble we rescued?
If not,
Yeah.
and like you're on a road that could maybe, if everyone scooted to the side, could do 2 carts. This road project seems easily 5 carts wide. A massive scale project. This could move an army.
that's exactly what Gift's thinking.
Eat it.
At the edge of this work site, you see there is, as you get closer to it, you see that there is a roadhouse, basically, kind of ramshackle, hastily built, probably built from like scrap wood from the shipyard. But it has a sign. It's called the End of the Roadhouse.
Gift smiles.
It is surrounded by tents, little shotgun cabins, basically the barracks of the workers who are building this road. It is rowdy. It is muddy. And yeah, that's where I think we'll take a little break and
Sounds good.
get back to it. So we're going to take a short break, 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll be back.
See y'all soon. Thank you.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. I hope you got up, moved around in whatever way that works for you, hydrated, got a snack, did what you need to do. Take care of yourself. And we are back in our game, and you are currently at the end of the Roadhouse. Um, Amongst all the workers and everything, mostly human, some half elves, lots of dragonborn, primarily it kind of in the chromatic family of dragonborn. Most, yeah. But you know, you never know who you're going to find here. It seems to be a very motley group. Many languages spoken here. It is a rowdy place. Everything is ramshackle. The bar is not well stocked. It seems. It seems like things go about as fast as they can get them in at this place, and it is loud and smelly. But you are here, and if you like to, you can take a look around. It is getting towards the end of the evening.
Gotcha. How, well, I guess this is a question for Rami. How close are we to getting to our eventual destination, which I believe, unless I'm misremembering from a month ago, we're trying to get to Bosna or Vrusea?
Vrusea. And this is just outside of Vrusea.
Okay. All right. Probably not the worst idea to stay outside of the city tonight. We can find someplace to stay tonight, and then I don't know, might be some fun knickknacks or something that we could pick up.
Yeah,
Since
great.
It's end of the Roadhouse. Does it look like just a food place, or is that like an inn? Or
I mean, an inn might be pushing it. They probably have somewhere you can sleep. If lodging was on a scale of 1 to 5, this would be a 0.5.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Can we set up our tents?
Gift says, we certainly won't get mugged, I'm sure, if we sleep anywhere around here.
Wait.
Right. Good point.
As you're like looking around for places to stay, a like 6'8" tall, rotund half elf man steps out, in like very fine clothing. If maybe old, it looks like it's fine, but it looks like he slept in it. And he comes out of the tavern, and he just like grabs his coat, and he just looks around, proud of himself for who knows what, but it surveys the place, as the workers are coming in from working on this and starting to head in. Give me a perception check.
Oof. I think that's a 4 for Finn. Yes.
14.
15.
15. You see, so Gift, you see that he has like a scimitar in a sheath at his hip, and inscribed into the sheath is a symbol you've seen before, this like 5-pointed star. You've seen it in a lot of the restoration stuff.
Oh, okay.
He's openly wearing this symbol of the restoration on him.
Okay.
But he sees, he's kind of surveying and looking, and he sees your cart, and he says, he just kind of like does a little hand wave, and he starts trundling over. He takes these big wide steps through the mud towards you, and he says, "Can I help you, travelers?"
Gif says, we've been traveling all day, right?
Hmm.
Gif says a hot meal would be wonderful if you can recommend the place. She kind of nods at it.
He says, we have the finest food here. It's good enough to feed 100 or so workers. I think it's good enough for anyone looking for some good food.
Gif smiles. Says, sounds delicious. Yes, can
says-
talk. None of this is true.
He says, well, my name is Argus Evernoon. I am the foreman and proprietor of this fine roadhouse. Feel free to pitch a tent. We might have a cabin or two that could use an occupant. You might have to bunk with somebody if you're okay with that. But we have places to stay. If you're looking for work, we have work.
We're actually heading into town in the morning. We're not particularly looking for work or anything. We are just here to pick up some goods and such and bring them back home. So we appreciate that, but food sounds good.
Well, he says, well, feel free to make use of the accommodations. I have a few rounds to make myself, but you should be seeing me tonight. I hope you find it, some comfort here. And he will kind of just nod his head and he'll start trundling through these muddy streets again.
Weird, dude.
Gif
So do you think
says,
that is the building like on slats or something so that they can just keep sliding it to the end of the road as they build it?
Just make a straight intelligence check.
they're just gonna rebuild it every time.
10 plus numbers. 13.
13. You definitely see the points at which this is a maybe semi-permanent structure. There's some fasteners here that look like they've been reapplied in multiple spots along certain places. It looks like they keep moving this encampment every so often.
Sense.
Okay. I got
Gif draws
a
the
mash
5-point.
unit going on for this road. Nice.
That's awesome. Gif draws the 5-pointed star and then not a very good dagger. It might be a dagger or a sword or a stick. She holds it up. Could be a line.
Is
But
that
the
a
star's
snake?
good.
Don't.
Is that a
She-
chair? Elric says.
Oh, hey, you're awake. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, we stopped a while ago, right?
Oh, yeah, we've been stopped here for a hot second.
She pulls out her dagger. She points at the star, points at the dagger, and then points in the direction he went.
And you see him like he's just barreling through.
Wait. Oh. Yeah, maybe we don't stay here tonight.
Rami
Um,
says, like I said, fast friends.
Yeah.
Gif nods at this. We should definitely stay here tonight.
Is our cart going to be safe out here?
She writes, no.
Right.
But let's get some dinner. I think we can do that, and then maybe we just either we
It's
figure our way
noxious.
into town, Rami, or we go camping.
He says, the town is for official business.
Ah, okay, camping it is.
Rami says, I will, of course, sleep on the cart, as I have been.
Oh,
Right, but you don't even have a knife, as we've assessed. Like, what if
Secret is
somebody
that Rami
attacks you?
uses the entire cart as a weapon. He just Wah.
Super strong.
He says that's correct. I'm not a threat to anyone, but maybe it'll deter them.
Are you not afraid of being, murdered in your sleep?
There's worse ways to go.
If not
Yeah,
this.
Yeah, true, but no offense, I don't want them to take my cart. And I don't think it would be great that you just get murdered in your sleep. I mean, if you're okay with it, who am I to whatever, but maybe we'll take watching shifts or something.
Oh yeah, I mean, absolutely. We should take shifts
All
for
right.
sure. I'm gonna nominate Elric for first shift because he has been sleeping for a while. You feel energized right now, right?
You got a nap in, kid. You got this.
He's trying desperately to like take down a cowlick. Like
Also, he's the youngest. He has the most energy. I waited my whole life to be able to say that to people. My whole life being told, you're too young to be tired. You're too young to have a headache. And I'm like, well, tell that to my head.
Mhm,
Mhm.
mhm, mhm.
Alric's like, yeah, sure, as long as we can eat.
Oh yeah. That's what we're gonna go in there. We're gonna eat, and then we're gonna say our farewells and casually find our way off this road.
Rami,
safely.
if you need anything, yell pineapples really loud.
What's a pineapple? No, I'm not doing that. That's fine.
Remember,
says-
everybody, Pennsylvania.
It's fantasy Pennsylvania. That's all it is, right? Oh, okay. So yeah, Rami says no. Pineapples.
Great.
I don't think this place has pineapples. It'd be nice if they did.
Probably not. We'll bring you some of whatever the hell they have, though.
Yeah, so you go in, open the doors to this place, and it is rowdy in here. There is people playing music badly, people dancing even worse.
I love it.
And there's tables. It's kind of, there's not really like a whole lot of individual tables. There's a lot of long tables, and people are just sitting there eating. It's all the same brown. Maybe it's beef, maybe it's pork, maybe it's both, but it's just stew.
Mutton stew.
Yeah, could be mutton. It could be rats. You never know. There's a meat stew being served, but there is as much stew as there is on the table. There is beer on this table, and everyone is dirty and muddy. Some have tried their best to wash their hands and arms before eating, but to varying levels of success. But
Is this a pipe smoking friendly joint?
100%.
Fantastic. I will pull my pipe out.
I feel like you open this door and you just it wafts into your face. The massive mix of smells in here.
It's a delight.
Fen is looking around to see if anyone else is adorned with the symbol of the restoration.
Yep. Go ahead and give
Ooh,
me
good call.
perception checks. Whoever wants to look.
7.
3.
5. Can I roll for work too?
Elric is at the cart.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Never
Elric
mind.
didn't come in? Okay.
No, Elric,
First watch with, okay.
he's
well,
taking watch. I don't think you
Oh.
want to leave it unattended for even that long.
All right.
Okay, yeah, we'll bring food for them.
Yeah, we'll bring him first.
But
I imagine
I don't see shit.
Elric like pulled out his mace and he just has it on his shoulder.
Good job.
Well, upon looking at the stew, it'd sort of be unidentifiable brown mush. Gift tries really hard not to look like, not put on her face what she is thinking. She takes a good berry and goes back outside.
What were Grief and Fen? What were your perception checks again? I think you got 5.
5, yeah.
I say 7. I think it was
Yeah,
7.
you got a 7.
You don't see anyone with that simple. You don't think anyone would wear anything with a lot of adornment in this place.
That's fair. Except for that guy.
Yeah, just that guy. He's a little too well dressed to be
He's
here.
the foreman. He's the boss. The sheriff of Nottingham, if you will.
Mhm.
There are servers here just filling up bowls as much as people want them. They'll come up to you and say, as you walk in, they're like, this young elf woman will come up to you and say, just take a seat wherever. Silver for the night. Beers are 5 copper each.
I'm just gonna take a water probably and some food. How much for a bowl?
It's a silver. We'll fill it up as much as you want.
Oh, got it. And if I pay you 2 extra silver, can I just get a couple of bowls to go? Or like if I have my own bowl?
Somebody yells and for one of the servers, and she's like, yeah, that's fine, whatever.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll take 1 bowl for right now, and I'll hit you up on our way out.
She will she's like holding a large bowl with a ladle and just pours some into some smaller bowls for you, and then continues on just ladling this out. It seems like the cooking accommodations are almost completely outdoors behind the place. There's like canvas tarps covering an area out back.
It's a good way to go. Way safer.
Not that
Don't
this
burn
place has
down
the
this
recommended amount of fire exits for the capacity, but
Which is why it's even better that the kitchen is outside.
They do have the stove directly against the wall, though, so it's not. All right. Fen just wolfs down her food. And then once she sees that the waiter is more available, she will wave her down and pull out her bowls that she keeps, for eating on the road.
okay.
2 to go, please.
Yep, they'll fill them up. They won't even question it.
Grief will eat like a half a bowl of this soup and drink the beer. And yeah.
Good call. You'll get an advantage on the Constitution save later.
It's fine. It tastes of umami and brown, and it fills you up. You think there was once potatoes in this and it has become just part of the soup.
Mm-hmm. Eating this soup.
Yes. Yeah, it's just carrots, potatoes, meat. It's pretty simple stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The meat is, you spend more time chewing the meat than you would like, but it's fine.
Question about how many Dragonborn are in here, if any.
I would say there's probably 15.
Okay. And you said, are they all of the chromatic variety, or are they are there a couple?
From what you can tell, there's maybe a metallic or 2, but mostly the chromatic variety. You didn't get very good on your perception check, so
It's true.
there's a lot of people in here. There's a lot of cigar smoke. A lot of pipe smoke. It wouldn't be so much cigars, but
Huh. All right. Finn, having gotten the bowls, is going to quietly make her way out as stealthily as she can while holding a pair of bowls of soup.
okay. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, you go back out to Rami is just casually sitting, and he is like filing his nails, just sitting on the cart. Elric is like has taken a defensive position inside the cart, looking over it, but the mace is kind of still sticking out.
Soup's up.
Elric will like just take it and bring it into the cart and like just slurp it down. He doesn't seem too bothered by it. Rami looks at it for a moment and
Gift holds out a good berry just in case.
make a perception check as you hand this ball to Rami.
Okay.
Purify food and drink. Go.
Perception checks. You are screwing me over. That's a 9.
He holds it for a moment. He kind of like traces his fingers around the edge of the bowl and then will slowly sip from it.
Hey, Elric, are you doing okay? I mean, you fell asleep on the ride there, and you're looking a little sleepy right now. I just want to make sure you're okay.
Never been more awake.
Okie doke.
You tasked me with protecting the cart. I'm going to protect the cart. That's what I'm going to do.
All right, appreciate that.
Oh my god, I love you. Never change.
Grief, are you still inside the tavern?
No, I probably shortly after Gift left, I would have gone to.
Okay. As you leave, you see two familiar faces. You ran into some cultists on the way to their encampment not long ago, and you told them to scram, basically. You let them go. They are sitting in this place. They are eating.
Oh,
Good. They probably got work and yeah, good.
okay.
They have not been eaten by the kobolds. They're doing well.
So I feel like at that point, Fen would have still been in there.
Mhm.
So do we just like back travel a tiny bit for this?
I'm gonna say like Fen steps out like in front of you, and then you're scanning at the door and you see them like nearby the door.
Okay. Then as we get outside, I will grab Fen and let her know, hey, those two cultists we told to get the fuck out of here are in there. And I guess they listened. They did get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. I'm just Fenn is gonna get into Grease's head and communicate that way and just say, hey, I don't like I can't tell if everyone involved in this project is part of the cult or if it's just a matter of the foreman is doing this for the cult and they're conscripting people who don't know any better.
Yeah, is there any way for us to get any kind of vibe off of everything we've witnessed?
Roll insight checks.
Also, we'll fill Gift in as well as we get up to where she is.
Insight is also a 1, so that's 13.
9 for me. +0 in insight.
13. This could be a front. I mean, you could see that happening. You don't know for sure, but if you were to, you get the feeling that if you were to needing to move a large amount of goods and things like that, this might be a place where you could hand it off to other people. Things
Yeah.
are moving. People are going in and out of this place at all times. So
Yeah. You said they were just inside, like just right near the door.
Yeah. Right? Mel?
Give me just a second. Fenn's gonna stick her head in just so she can see the one that she got into the head of last time.
oh yeah.
And I'm gonna cast the thing that gives me into their head, and then immediately get out of the door, making sure that they didn't see me.
Make
So
a
I
stealth
am trying to do this stealthily, as stealthily as I can. Ooh, that's a 25.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Literally no one sees that.
But yes, I'm gonna get inside his head and then immediately come back out and just be like, keeping on the straight and narrow, right?
Oh fuck shit. What? You hear it from the other side of the door and in your head. Are you here to kill me? I'm not doing anything wrong.
Oh no. As long as you're keeping it clean and working hard, you're good. I'm just checking in on you. Everything's good, right?
With the 25, he steps out of the door and is looking around. It's like, but with the 25, you've like crouched somewhere and
Arched around the building, just like, shh.
yeah, I'm good. He immediately like slips into the mud face first and rolls over and says, "I'm good. Don't hurt me."
Okay, just want to check in, make sure you're doing all right.
And
keep up the good work. Remember, take care of your fellow man.
the other one comes out and is like, "I think you've had too much to drink." And he'll look up from the mud. He says, "No, it's them. They're back."
Our poor little abductee.
The
And
friend,
Fenn
like,
will stealth her way back to the cart.
okay. Yep, you do that easily. Yep. So the friend helps the one who slipped in the mud back in to the tavern. Yeah.
Poor guy.
And it's starting to get, the sun's going down about now.
I'm gonna say, Grief, I don't think that was the reaction of someone who realizes this is a front.
Yeah, true.
I just have a question. All you get is telepathy, right? You don't get like read thoughts or anything.
No. It's
Okay.
not that. Yeah, it's just messaging back and forth in the
Okay.
heads.
Cool.
And yeah, it's gonna be. I guess we should get off the road. Rami, do you have a suggestion of anywhere nearby here to camp out?
He says, I don't really know of any place. This seems to be, I mean, this isn't ideal, but perhaps we can find new friends through the night.
Gifts all for staying here. Survival to find a spot that may not flood or sink into the swamp.
Go ahead and give me a little survival check.
Could be worse. 8.
Yeah, you find, I mean, a mostly dry spot. It's, the grass is going to eventually give way if it rains, but it's a little grassy than this spot. So,
Yeah, best I can do.
We built a tent, it sank into the swamp. So we built another tent on top of the old tent. And that sank into the swamp too.
This comes from a lot of experience of camping in Louisiana.
Yep.
So yeah. So who is taking watches? Elric will probably be able to take another watch, at least the first watch.
I'm
before
fine to
sleeping.
do one as well.
Okay. So yeah, there'll be 4 watches. Um,
Uh,
I guess Gift can take a watch.
yep. Finn will take last watch.
okay.
Yes.
All right. Elric has an uneventful watch.
That's cool.
Grief, go ahead and make a perception check.
A whopping 5.
Okay. You don't really see anything happening. Everything seems fine. I mean, at this point, this is when most of the workers are starting to kind of trickle into their tents and settle down for the night. Gift
18.
18. Okay. You are taking watch, and at this point, not many people seem to be awake or doing anything. I mean, there's a few stragglers around a fire here or there, but no one's really, and even they are fading as it gets into this part of the night. But you hear the distinct sound of a cart coming from the edge of the camp. You look around, and with an 18, you actually see the light, the lantern that they have on the cart, and it comes through and eventually into a slightly more central area in this encampment.
Okay.
It looks like might be a small supply cache where people are keeping things kind of centralized here. But 2 people step out and move aside a tarp, revealing some type of culvert or something going into the ground.
Okay.
And the cart just goes in.
Okay. So like they basically open like a tunnel.
Yeah, it's like a tunnel. Yeah, like a large culvert type thing.
Okay, that tracks. Well, I think what we are going to do is turn. Is it closing behind them or?
Yeah, the 2 people there are like, as the cart goes in, they pull the tarp back over, move some barrels and crates back in, make it look little less conspicuous.
Okay.
It kind of angles into the ground.
Okay. Well, it doesn't look like it's like a mechanism based. So I'm just gonna go and quietly like wake up. I guess probably Fen. She's been sleeping, unlike Grief, who would just be, guess what? Be awake again.
Yeah. 5 more minutes, Ma. Wait.
Shake again.
Wait. Yeah. I'm here.
Gift says, come this way.
Okay.
She points at the barrels and tarps, kind of quietly, and she says, there is not a secret tunnel there.
It's a weird thing to tell me, but okay. Oh, right. That. Huh. Good to know. I'll keep an eye over there then. Is it time for my shift?
She nods. It may not be, but she nods anyway. And then she like goes inside the tent and winces in pain as she turns herself into a giant rat, which is still a pretty small critter, and trundles off towards the tunnel.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make a stealth check. You'll use the dexterity of a giant rat for that.
I would prefer a regular rat, but I don't.
You can do a regular rat, and
Yeah, their CR. Oh, okay. I thought it had to have a CR, so I can do a regular rat. I'll do a regular rat. That
yeah,
would be better.
If you do a regular rat, I'm not even going to make you roll. Like,
Okay.
There are rats aplenty.
Okay. All right. Rat.
Yep. Yeah, you can do mundane animals with wild shape.
Very cool.
It's
Yeah.
not a always a super useful feature, but like, if you need to turn into a spider to get into someplace, yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Um,
Then I will turn into a rat, and I have keen smell as a rat, and I'm basically unnoticeable. So
yeah, you easily like, the whole world changes in perspective. Everything's big, everything's loud, everything smells. As you have more olfactory sensors and you sniff around and you could just, there's a lot of food here, but you know where you're going. And
once I get close, I'm gonna like smell around the tarp for like the hand oils.
Okay, go ahead and just give me perception at advantage.
Okay. All right. Does that work? Do I use there? How does that work?
You use your wisdom for this.
Oh, that's very convenient. Okay. So I will roll 2 perceptions.
Yeah, you keep all your mental stats in wild shape.
So 13 on the first try and 8. So 13's the high.
13. Okay, you get a pretty decent sense of whose hands these are.
Okay, great. I am going to head down the path, trying to, let my rat instincts, play it Animorph style, let the rat brain do the work.
Yeah, you go in and you smell a lot of rats in here. There's but you again know where you're going. You follow it down, and it's at the very entrance they keep it dark, but further in there's light. It's for you, it's very brightly lit. And you see some people in pretty plain clothes. They don't look like cultists, but they are moving a lot of jewelry, gold, off of this cart into basically these wooden mine carts on tracks to go deeper down into a tunnel that you can't really see down from here, but they are loading them up and sending them down.
Okay. All right, I'm going to make my way back. I think chasing minecart seems like a bad idea. So I'm going to go back and go back into the tent and whoop. I mean, really, I guess from Finn's point of view, just I walked back out because probably didn't see my rat version.
No.
I didn't even roll for it. I'm just saying Finn's eyes weren't open yet.
Gift starts writing. I just found out I can turn into a rat. They're taking lots of jewelry down into that tunnel. There's a minecarts down there. Looks like it goes pretty deep.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if there were any doubts, that's got to be the cult. They were all obsessed about gathering up jewelry for something.
Looks like Rami was right. We found new friends.
That's one way to put it, I guess. All right. Get some sleep. I'll keep an eye out for any more carts coming through.
She nods.
Anyone have tidal wave? I just
Yeah, level 5. Yeah. Then go ahead and make a perception check as you do your final watch.
It's one of those nights, huh? 5.
You don't see another card, and like you're keeping an eye line now that you know what you're looking for. You're keeping your eye line at the tunnel. I'm not. You can see that pretty clearly. You don't see anyone. You don't see another shipment. You do see some people come and go, but nothing seems suspicious to you.
Okay. So is Rami like laying down to sleep at the cart, or is he just like sitting there and eyes closed?
He is lying down. He's
Okay.
He's lying completely flat in the bed of the cart, and with his arms kind of just like this. He has pulled like his hat in front of his face.
What the fuck is this guy?
You can make an insight check if you want. I don't know. Like, if you have questions.
No. I mean, like, he's actually sleeping. I was trying to figure out, did I miss something? Was he half elven or elven? But no,
He's a
fine.
human. He seems full human. You don't know. He could be. You don't know what state of sleep he's in. So he seems to be breathing pretty regularly. So
That's good. Yeah, Fen is a little distracted, I guess, by like thinking about the comments about making new friends and just wondering about their cart driver. But once the night has ended, she will wake up the rest of the company. Or I guess let them wake up on not be rude about it.
Yep. Elric will wake up early. Since he took first shift, and shortly after, Rami will wake up, and Rami will like keeps feed. Rami keeps some feed in the back of the cart, and so he'll feed the horses. Although I guess horse, not horses. Y'all wouldn't have to.
Old reliable.
Grief, there's and Elric, there's something we should probably let you know. So give me just a second here. And I hop in their heads. And I say, Gift saw a cart disappear into a cave that's kind of hidden by a bunch of crates and barrels over there. Look to your 7 o'clock. See that? Yeah. And she says that it keeps going downwards, and they're gathering up a bunch of jewels in there. Sounds very familiar, yeah?
Yeah.
So, I think we accidentally found exactly where we wanted to be. Now we just need to find backup.
Did you get any idea of how many people are down there?
I only saw 2, right?
Yeah, you only saw 2. You smelled probably 4 people who have interacted with the tarp.
Okay.
At least, but it seems to be a small amount of people here.
Gift holds up 4 fingers and then shakes it.
Okay.
And I mean, there's no telling how many people are down there, but at least 4 people are in charge of getting things into and out of the mine. We can go into town. We could continue as if we didn't know about this. I don't know if we can trust Rami.
Yeah, I don't really know either. I mean, it's not done anything thus far, but I don't know much about him either.
Yeah.
And this feels almost too relevant to pass by.
So, okay, what do we do about Rami? Do we send them into town without us and then we go in to investigate? Do we wait for cover of night? What's our thought here?
They're accessing it at night. Then I wonder what's happening during the day.
Good question. I can do my best to sneak in there. Y'all have the ability to hide yourself. Elric, do you have the ability to disguise yourself?
Definitely, dude. Maybe? Can I do that? I'll have to see.
Might want to look into that. I can't, so it's just I'm just gonna have to hide myself as best I can. It's a little harder when you're all jingly jangly, so it'd be good to have a disguise. It's my thought.
He's like, I really don't think I can.
Well, oh, wait. Let's get Gift looped in on this. Hey, Gift, do you have any of the outfits left from the cult? Because maybe we could throw that onto Elric on a way in.
I mean, Gift writes down, yes, but I don't see anyone else wearing them.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
Did anybody get eyes on what the folks going down there looked like, what they were wearing?
They looked like laborers, just
Right.
like everyone else here.
Okay. Maybe we go into town then, pick up some clothes similar to what these folks are wearing. Wear them over our armor just to fit in a little better. Or we could just try rolling around in the dirt a while, look like we've been working rather than just riding on a cart.
I mean, I'm wearing a blue traveling cloak. I'm sure when it's dirty, it will look like any other traveling cloak.
All right. So we just head in there.
I think so. Unless you want to stealth ahead a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, I'm happy to get out ahead of the group a little bit, but again, I guess the question is, what do we do with Rami?
Gift writes, I trust him.
I mean, he's not done anything to make me truly not trust him. But even if we do trust him, he needs to go somewhere with the cart, so it doesn't look like we're
Right.
still around.
And you can't spend time in the city because that's official business only, is what you'd said. But
That's
so
true.
I assume there's a town nearby then, because there would
Well-
have to be a town to service things.
Yeah, you get the idea that Rami was like maybe pushing you in a direction. But it's the city is fancier than the digs here. And there are residential parts of this city. They're not as quite as sprawling as other places might be, as you would expect. But
Rami's here with us right now, right?
Yeah.
We're just communicating in our heads.
Mhm.
Okay. So I want to ask Rami, hey Rami, how do you know Billy Bob anyway?
oh, yeah, him and I have gone on a few jaunts here and there. He's quite an enterprising fella.
That he is.
We had some I had some work that coincided with his down in Zarkan.
And how did he hire you to drive for us? How did you get there?
I assumed he just knew I was a good driver.
Have you like driven for him before?
Of course.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I like Billy. He's a interesting fella, but he's, I think, a good guy for the most part. I have shit insight, so I can't insight check this guy. I have +0.
You could get lucky.
Yeah, you never know.
If you want to roll it, roll it.
We'll give it a shot. Well, that's a 19 on the die.
There you go.
Hey, there you go.
Rami has training. He the way he holds himself and the way he like from the way his belt is tied, the way his clothing is double knotted, like you can tell like he's been trained. He's not just a common guy.
Yet he portrays himself as such.
Mhm. He's not some dude that like Billy Bob picked off the street. You get the sense that, and also like just the way Rami talks, he's talking around things.
Right.
I don't think he hides that very well. He You can tell he's telling you half stories and things like that. But it may be that he's trying to protect you that more than himself.
How
Hmm.
loyal do I feel he is to Billy Bob?
when he talks about Billy Bob, you get the sense that he fully trusts that man
Okay.
if he
Something.
thinks he's a bit boisterous. So
Okay, I will just for the sake of time, I'll just relay that internally to the rest of the crew.
Okay.
Uh,
Go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say, all right, Rami. So here's the thing: we need to stick around here for a little while. However, we don't necessarily want to look like we're sticking around, if that makes sense. So, can you take the cart always as if we're on our way out?
he says, I've got you. And he will start pulling things out of the cart to set it up to be a covered cart. And he says, we got some things we need to carry. Maybe there's rain coming. And he'll
Yeah.
start setting up some.
Cool.
He
Great,
says,
great, great.
he says, I can take it into town. I can be back in the morning.
That sounds like a good plan. Yeah.
Perfect.
Thanks, Rami.
If you find yourself in between a rock and a hard place, send a bird.
Interestingly, that he says that as a bird flies off, because I was waiting for a break in the conversation to say that Gift sends an update to her sister, where we're at, what we're doing, what we found.
Okay. Good to know.
Gift assumes we're going to die. Someone should probably have plans for when that
Yeah,
happens.
that's great. If we disappear, it would be great for someone to know where we were.
We already have our backup adventuring party that's rolled up for us and everything. We just got to get those sheets from Mal, and we're good.
I am always
and they
thinking
really are
about the
full,
next character.
and they really are full character sheets. I will give them. So as you set out and prepare to take a look inside this hole, that's where we're going to call it for tonight.
All
Excellent.
right.
Good stuff. Thanks, Mal.
I love this. This is a lot of fun. So glad we got to play. Hopefully we'll be able to play more often. We'll see how that goes. I know that holidays are a rough time for all things planning, but we'll see what we can get done. Yeah. So I guess we'll go ahead and close out. Tell us about yourself. So we'll start with Silver. Tell us about yourself.
Hi, everybody. I am Silver_Bulette here on Twitch as well as YouTube. I run a sometimes weekly superhero version of D&D that we call Capes and Caverns. And every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Pacific time, we have a session going where we're just trying out the system that I created as an overlay for D&D. So that's a lot of fun. You can find that here on Twitch, again, at Silver_Bulette. And everything we've done so far is on YouTube at Silver_Bulette. And then I do a podcast that I'm hoping to get back into starting January 1st called All the Web's a Stage, which is a short play podcast where I bring on a friend. We write some silly plays based off of short sentences. We challenge each other and then we just perform them. It's a lot of fun. That's me.
Awesome. Jaden.
So again, I'm Jaden or Soliloquy. You can find me on most platforms as Fat Sapphic Bro. I mostly hang out on TikTok and make a variety of different kinds of content.
Awesome. Penny.
Hello. I used to have a Twitter that I would tell you all, but I got rid of my Twitter. So I think I am officially a ghost on the internet. So you can find me here. But I certainly enjoy being here, and if something does come up, I'll let y'all know.
Love it. I am also a Twitter refugee. Anyway, I'm Archangelic. You can find me here Sunday nights at 7:30 running this game, The Heir of the Dragons, for these wonderful people here. You can find many of my links on my website, because that's what we're doing these days because Twitter is burning. My website is archangelic.space. got a good black and white brutalist theme going on, and I'm adoring it. So I want to thank everyone for joining us for tonight's game. I want to thank our patrons on Patreon who are helping support the show. And if you want to, you can support our project on Patreon, and I'll put that link here. I think I have a command for it. No, I don't. Whatever. It's on my page, so you can find it there. If you've missed any of our games, we have a YouTube, and we also have a podcast now. And I think I have like 2 more episodes I need to upload there, but I will get them there.
Sweet.
Lastly, I want to thank .user, our lovely producer, for helping us stream this game. Wouldn't be able to do this without you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all again for tuning in. We love you, and we hope to see you next week. Bye.
Thanks. Bye, everyone.
Bye.